Okay, here we go. Hi, Aaliyah. Welcome to the Meetup Spot.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks. Thanks. So I guess so is it snowing in Chilliwack now?
No, it's really sunny here.
Oh wow, because it's yeah, because it's snowing right here in Edmonton.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, it's very sunny. It's like a spring day, a little bit cold.
Okay, all right. Here we go. So are you ready for the questions?
Yep.
Okay. So Aaliyah, tell me about yourself and your growing up story.
So my name is Alia Warbus, and I come from the Solo Nation. I have three children, ages 5, 13, and 15, and I grew up here, where I live in Chilliwack, British Columbia. And yeah, just a part of the community and the First Nations here, and grew up watching my parents. My dad was first a leader in our community and a lawyer and a judge, BC Treaty Commissioner, and also the Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia. And my mom was always really passionate about education. So she was a teacher for a lot of years, and then she got into more organizing and leadership in education. And she currently sits on a few national tables right now, always advocating for more support and funding for Indigenous education, but also just promoting education widely as possible.
Yep, and yes, and I've heard somewhere that your father has an avenue named after him.
Yeah, I believe that I don't remember which city it was that had passed that, but yeah, they went ahead and named one of their streets after him.
Ah, and based on your name, I have and no offense on your name, but uh, and I've got a question. Why does your name has a apostrophe and a colon in it?
That is reflective of the glottal stop. So it's a way to kind of like stop on the letter itself. And then on the second A, that means an A is extended. So líya. And so it's
So
a way to indicate different ac accents and attenuations in Halka Mainland language.
mhm. So Alia,
Yeah, that's it.
there you go. So here we go. Okay, so Alia, why do you do what you do?
I do what I do because I really enjoy people. I learn best through relationships and through conversations, and that's a lot of what politics is. I'm really passionate about bringing change to British Columbia, but mainly to my community. And I want to learn how that happens at a provincial level.
Mhm. And how are you doing that so far? It's ever since your win in 2024.
It's been going really well. We have had many of the growing pains you'd expect of a new party. And there has been tons of learning opportunities, which I think that we've taken to be strengths. And I became house leader when I first became an MLA. And so that's been a steep learning curve for me to learn about being an opposition house leader and what it takes to be aware of the procedures that happen inside of a legislative assembly. It's very technical, and I've been enjoying it.
Mhm. And what's it like being opposition house leader?
It is busy. I have a very tight schedule day to day.
Oh,
I get to the building early. I start out with leadership teams, run through house business. I run the question period. And so I have to make sure that basically the trains are running on time and getting to where they need to go. So from my perspective, I'm like a quarterback for the team, if you want to think about it in football terms. Maybe not quite so Canadian friendly, although we do have the CFL. And just ensuring that people are aware of what our strategy is, how we're going to approach debates, political framing, and helping all the MLAs anywhere that I can.
that's nice. And what kind of mindset did you have when you first started?
I'm open. I have a very open mind, and I find that that has allowed for me to be a very flexible person. That's my nature, and that is the way that I've been able to forge so many positive relationships.
Nice. What helped you get started in politics?
I think that it was, again, going back to the way that I approach relationships and conversations with people. I have a way of connecting with people and understanding who they are and what their story is and what their goals are. And so I think there was a natural inclination working with my community and the connections I was making there when we were improving government relations to forge a pathway into politics that honestly just wasn't planned, but I guess it was meant to be.
Uh, so, uh, and as an MLA, what does your typical day look like?
It depends if I'm at my home office, if I'm in my constituency or my riding, or if I'm over in Victoria. So if we're in session, then I think I kind of outlined that as a house leader. I get to the building early. I make sure that all of the day is set up and I have a look at how things are going to be timed out and where everybody's going to be. When I'm at home in my writing, it's a little bit more flexible, but I'm often meeting with stakeholders, constituents. I'm going to events. I'm doing speaking events. I'm going to conferences. I go to schools. I'm really doing my best to be that conduit and that link of my writing and the people that voted for me, even if they didn't vote for me, they're my constituents and really representing their voice as best I can in Victoria.
Okay. So home office, constituency, Victoria. Wow, that's pretty tight, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a busy lifestyle.
The lifestyle. So I guess one day you're at your home, the other day you're in your constituency office, and the other day you're going to be Victoria, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I have to go back
Oh,
and forth.
oh, back and forth. Well, that's tough. Uh, Aliyah, what can you tell us about you? What can you tell us about your writing?
About my what, sir?
What can you tell us about your writing?
My my right, my which?
Writing.
Oh, my writing. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Haha.
that's fine. That's
So
fine. That's
kind
okay.
of like the creative part of my life, I guess, is always
No,
there.
no, just like what can you tell us about what's in your district, your electoral district?
Oh, my writing. Okay,
Yeah,
got What can I tell you? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. So, Chilliwack's a really beautiful place. We have mountain landscapes, we have lakes, we have rivers, we have agriculture, we have a university here. We're one of the fastest growing cities actually in British Columbia right now. And we have a lot of migration from larger cityscapes to Chilliwack, where I think people are looking for both an affordable lifestyle, but also a place to raise a family. And so Chilliwack has a lot of diversity. We have lots of different types of families here, and lots of different levels of income are also represented. So I love Chilliwack, and I always advocate for people, come see it, come visit, come see it for yourself. And we have our own complications, but it's nothing really too different than what you can see throughout British Columbia.
yeah, and you mentioned farms, right? There's farms in Chilliwack.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, we have a big agricultural footprint here in Chilliwack.
Nice.
Hmm.
So agriculture. So how important is the agricultural industry right now in British Columbia?
The agricultural industry is vital. We need to really protect the livelihood of farmers, support farming, make sure that we're growing as much food as we possibly can right here at home. Food sovereignty is a huge priority well, definitely for our caucus, but a personal priority as well.
Yes, and those farmers are there products and are there products in the local supermarkets?
Yes, There's a lot of farmers who have both export but also local relationships that they've forged with farmers markets or grocery stores where we're definitely seeing our own products in our own shopping ventures as well.
Ah, nice, nice. And okay, what are your projects for your community?
I don't have projects per se. I would say that there are many different stakeholders that I support, and stakeholders come to me for a whole host of reasons. It may be something that they're trying to start with government in terms of conversation, something they want to get support for. Because I don't sit on the government side of the Legislative Assembly, and we're actually in opposition. I don't have the same relationships as, say, an NDP MLA would have. That doesn't mean that I can't have those conversations. And so I try to keep good relations with everybody that I work with. And right now, there's a number of housing projects that are going forward in the riding. We have some that are more of like an environmental lens and concern right now because of the recent floods and slides. And so there's a lot of advocacy right now to make sure that we are both prepared and responding to those things and in a more proactive way. We had the floods here not too long ago, and that was a huge event. And then we had sort of a similar thing happen, and it wasn't as uh, drastic, but still, I think people are worried now about the dangers of rising waters and more extreme weather events. And so there's always lots to do. There's always lots to think about, lots of people to talk to. Some of the really inspiring things are some of the active treatment centers that are happening, like whether they be publicly. I would say there needs to be more public funded treatment, wraparound treatment options, but I've been visiting to a lot that are more partnered, layered, and even some private funded treatment centers. And I've been really inspired by the work that people are doing in that area to reach out and help their neighbors.
It's beautiful. Like, and all right. As an MLA, what are the things you're doing right now to combat youth unemployment?
As an MLA, specifically right now, I look at it a few ways, right? Again, I'm don't have the privilege of sitting on the government side, but I will always advocate for our young people. I will always advocate for us to focus forward into the future, and I'll always advocate to be following the statistics very closely, and not just the statistics, but what story did the statistics tell? Because I think there's layers to youth unemployment. It's something that we need to watch very carefully and understand more holistically and talk to youth more than I think we're currently doing.
And do you have any resources to help the youth looking for work nowadays?
There's tons of resources out there that exist. My office is, again, a place that you can go to, and I have staff there that help people directly if they're looking to get to the right places. I know that there are very direct programs that exist right now to help vulnerable youth, youth at risk, Indigenous young people, centers that you can go to get help with your resume, things like that. But I think it's really important that people stay up to date on the conversation and keep talking about it.
Nice, nice. And yes. So here we go. Look, so I think we could change how we did. All right. Before I head into 9 and 10, I think I'd rather head into the backup ones. So, Aaliyah, what helped you get started in your hip hop career?
That was really all about my own personal journey.
Oh,
I had, a lot of difficulties as a young person, as a young Indigenous person, facing my own identity and challenges I had as a youth and really facing who I was. And poetry and music was one of the ways that I could express that freely. And it was just like this job and just like any career path, it was very accidental. It was not intentionally planned. And I started writing and I met another hip hop artist and we joined forces. And that's kind of like how everything kicked off for me. And I kept going because it just kept on opening doors for me creatively and leading to other things. And that's why I remained in the arts for so long.
yeah, that's it. That's interesting. And as someone who has a hip hop and filmmaking career, now that you are a politician, do you have any projects that support the arts in BC?
What I do now isn't directly correlated, but I do try to support our critic for tourism, arts, and film in understanding how the arts can really bring a community alive, how they can help with economy growth, the overall GDP. I advocate for arts and film all the time to be a key component that we stay focused on because I think it's very healing for people. It's an outlet, and it's something that's a really important layer of our life. Life's not always about work and productivity. We need to have fun. We need to remember the stories that create the fabric of what our communities really are. And I think that arts and culture is the place that we can do that.
Arts and culture. Well, there's that. Okay. And what's your definition of a leader?
My definition of a leader is somebody who listens. Because one of the things I think that we miss oftentimes when we look to people who we see as leaders is we think they have it all figured out. We think they have everything together, and that's the reason why they're up at the front leading the pack. And my experience has actually been that leaders are listeners. Leaders are people who are able to reflect back to either the group they're leading or the community they're leading and say, look, this is what I've heard, and this is, I think, what we need to do. They're collaborative, they're open, and they're flexible. And so leaders are people who can actually recognize when they have the confidence of the people around them and not really fighting the flow of when things change. It's all about being able to be open and either read a room or read a situation. And it's not something that can be given, it's earned.
Given it's earned. Uh, nice, nice, nice. What do you think are the biggest changes coming to BC in the next 5 years?
What I can say what I think and what I hope. Those are two different things. I'm very hopeful for BC to turn the corner in our economy. Being able to secure investment, have very strong and rooted conversations about how to make partnerships be viable and to last here. That's what I can hope for. And that those investments are going to go back to community to help improve some of the things that we face right now that are very difficult. Issues around public safety, homelessness, drug abuse and addiction, mental health, youth unemployment, some of the things that you highlighted. What I think will happen is we're going to see a change in government. I really truly believe in that. I think that oftentimes shifts are needed in order for change to happen. And I say that because on opposition and I'm a part of a team that considers ourselves to be a government in waiting. And I think that that change is going to be something that British Columbia can benefit from.
Okay, a change in government, as in, you being in the in the government side, or
Yeah.
okay, okay, that's interesting. How like and how often do you appear in community events in your writing?
I don't have a number tally, but I'm in the community as much as I possibly can be. When I'm not in Victoria, then I'm here and I'm boots in the ground, being at events and meeting with constituents and showing up where and when I can.
Right. Okay, and right now it's tough for people these days to find jobs. If they want to go the same path as you, what are the things they can do right now to practice?
I think that it's always going to be about learning. I'm an advocate, just like my mom, for education, and that anything you can do to educate yourself, and education doesn't always come in the form of a legitimate certificate, although that's what I think, that structure is something that works for most people and many people, but there's always mentorship, there's always trades, there's always ways that you can gain experience through work experience and internships. And so I just think that it's about putting yourself out there and then following the obvious signs that I think are available to everyone. Like when those doors open, you have to walk through.
Nice, nice. And does that include going going to your local library, something like that?
I would say it's sort of today there's a very physical and digital world that seem to be in tandem with one another. And it's really about again, like what fits, right? Because many people are more tactile, some people are more intellectual. Some people are more into the physical, the body, sports. I've had the opportunity to explore all those parts of myself, and I've thoroughly enjoyed every single one of those journeys.
Mhm. And what does the work you do right now mean to you?
It means that I can be a part of shaping the future. And it's so vital and it's so important that when we're called to provide a service for community that we answer that call.
Nice, nice. And I guess we're done with the questions. Are you ready for quick fire?
Sure.
And a quick fire is it's just simple. You just answer questions quickly in under 90 seconds, which I forgot to put it up on Google. But oh, here we go. So ready, Aaliyah?
Mhm.
All right, here we go. Okay. One word to describe yourself.
Passionate.
Oh, nice. Best public speaking.
Which
Best public speaking tip.
be yourself.
Nice. Best artist you love to listen to.
Hmm. Oh, that's a tough one. Bob Marley.
Oh, nice. One everyday item you can't leave without.
My cell phone.
Okay. Mantra in life.
Breathe.
Okay. Best place within your writing for a good meal.
Good meal.
Yes.
Grandma's kitchen.
Ah. Best lesson you learned in being an MLA.
Humility.
Best TV show or movie you watched recently.
Never have I ever.
Best place in British Columbia to go road tripping.
The coast.
Ah, nice. Bluey fan, yes or no?
Yes.
Wow. Nice. This is interesting. Uh,
Wait, did you say movie?
no, nothing. I said Louis fan, yes or no, and then I'm surprised you said yes.
Movie, you said, right?
Bluey.
Oh, Bluey fan. No,
Yes.
my kids are Bluey fans, not me. No.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Again. Thank you, Aliyah, for coming here. Are you ready to take a picture on Zoom?
Sure.
All right, ready? Here we go. Again, thank you, Aliyah.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts or comments?
No, this was so fun and easy, so I really appreciate you having me on, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks. And how can we find you?
Please just go to my website. I have an MLA website. It's going to be up very, very soon, if not officially launched. And people can always email my office as well. And that's easy to find on any internet Google search.
Mhm. Thanks. I guess this is it. Thank you for coming to the Meetup Spot, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Nigel. Take care.
Take care. Take care.